Hello, YouTube. And welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino beer review. Today we have our last beer from Blue Elephant Brew Pub. This is a beer that was canned on June 15th. This is also a beer I did try on BDU on Wednesday. It just passed, July 12th, 13th? I don't remember. Anyway, this is Hoser Wee IPA, and it's 5% alcohol. Bang. There's the front. It's just the sticker with the Hoser Wee on it. And I did not know that said Hoser Wee. I actually had to go out and look up the names of all their beers to find one that worked. Yeah. So, fresh beer. Ooh, an award-winning brewery. What awards did you win? Because I have ranted. I went on a 12-minute tirade on my last beer I reviewed from you about the conditions of your beers. Now, I did admit, of the 11 beers I bought, well, of the 22 beers I bought, 8 of them would have been good, because 4 of the 11 I reviewed I actually really enjoyed. And the other 7 were butter bombs. This is one of the 7. You all know that I like to go into my beer reviews blind and not know what I'm getting into. I did get drunk by the end of that night, so I don't know really what I'm getting into here, other than the smell, which lets me know exactly what I'm getting into, which is why I'm asking what awards did they win. Did they win Ontario Brewing Awards? Did they win Canadian Brewing Awards? Did they win US Open? Did they win World Open over in Belgium? Is it just a newspaper award? What is it? Because a lot of these beers are so filled with diacetyl that a first-time home brewer would do better. For a lot of times, I would say a first semester brewing management student at Niagara College could run a brewery better. And it agitates me to say that. 1, because of what I do. 2, because of my connections doing a beer festival. And 3, because of the fact that I think this brewery has great promise. Because probably 5 of the 7 butter bombs had great promise, that without the butter they would have been great beers. This brewery has great promise. I think without the butter, this brewery would be Simcoe's version of the Perth Brewery up in Perth, Ontario, where they make very affordable beer and a lot of different styles, and it's just very accessible. And that's what I was hoping for from this brewery, especially when I started seeing how many beers they had and all that. I'm like, you know what? It would be great. It would be great if this brewery actually did well. I would be ecstatic. And then I started drinking the beers. This is in the left field glass. It hasn't been used in 2 years. So, nice color. That beautiful amber color. Beautiful head. Butter and caramel. Butter and caramel. Out of the can. Out of the can, pure on artificial butter flavor. So the glass smells a lot better. Cheers. And see, this is like a lot of them. Like, I just did the Canadian Amber. And the thing I said about the Canadian Amber is, without the butteriness, this would be one of the best American Ambers I've had in Canada. And this, without the butteriness, would be a great standard IPA. More an American IPA than, say, more an English IPA than an American IPA. But this would be a great standard IPA. Beautiful caramel flavors and a beautiful, just roasty sweetness. But then comes the butter and the butterscotch. They just overpower those flavors and push their way in. After that, like a lot of the beers from Blue Elephant, Fairly English-esque finish. Kind of pine needles, a little bit of cedar, and dirtiness. And that's perfectly fine. I mean, I love me some English IPAs. Untapped, I do believe, says this is an American IPA. Again, I'm not getting a lot of floral. I'm not getting a lot of fruitiness. I'm not getting a huge amount of resininess. I mean, there is a little bit of resininess, but it's that dirty earthiness on the back end. It's another beer where I'm just disappointed because it is a well-made beer, other than the diacetyl. Other than the diacetyl, this is a great little beer. And, I mean, I keep posting, I'm going to have 11 of these up, and this is the one thing I can say. Other than that, this is a good brewery. However, having paid $63 for 22 beers and being disappointed by 14 of those 22, I can't go back. I just can't, as much as I want to. I mean, they have a sour cherry ale and a very berry lager and this and that. All these things that I would love to try. And I do drive past the place many times a year. And I just won't be able to go back because of the fact that I cannot, and I repeat, cannot abide by the amount of money I've wasted on beer now there. I would love to try the food, but I'm angry about the beer. I would love to try their other beers, but I'm angry about the beers I've had. And I'm not angry as much at the brewery. Well, yeah, at the brewery. I'm more the owners. More the owners that are letting this beer be sold to the public. That's what bothers me the most. Yeah, again, it's not gone bad. But this shouldn't be canned and sold as takeout beer. This should be being used in breads, in curries, in muffins, in cookies, in battering, and batter your own chicken wings in beer battered chicken wings. People will pay more money because it has beer batter. Like, it's just, you're at brew pub with a nice restaurant with a huge, your prices mimic those of, say, Ottawa or London or Toronto. So if your prices are mimicking that, because I looked at that menu and I'm glad me and my kids did not go in to eat, because that menu made me think I was back in Niagara Falls on the tourist trap areas. But the menu looks great. Obviously you have the clientele that's willing to pay those prices. So make things with the beer that accidentally was fucked up. And I'm saying accidentally was fucked up because I know you can do better. I've tasted 4 beers that were splendid. And I've tasted 5 of 7 butter bombs that had splendid things behind the butter. So I know you can do good. And I'm pissed off that this is what I'm drinking. Out of 10, a 5. That's it. Bye, guys.